Yeah. Take it back with that backpack, boombox, hatchback, throwback, snapbacks, no rims, hubcaps. Took the D train that time, jumped in the yellow cab, hopped on a plane, landed right next to a helipad. Everybody got their headphones now. Deja vu, same crew, different view, moving through different clouds. Boys from the hood, chilling with the who-who's now. Welcome to the street, say to the frou-frous now.
It's been a long time, shouldn't have left you. Back with that heat for you to step to like to. Ta-da-da-da, we stay chillin' like to. Ta-da-da-da, we stay chillin'. Asia zone sitting on Asian thrones.
My name is Joe Flizzow. Right about now, I need y'all to put your deuces up, because I'm going to be hip-hop in Asia.
Yeah, y'all know it well. Who you know do it better than the cartel? Yeah, it sounds so slow. I am the ultimate and I rap the cartel.
Welcome to Malaysia. It is a nation that takes pride in its infinite range of attractions, alluring travelers from near and far. Boasting a spectrum of lively cities and mesmerizing tropical islands, Malaysia has not only earned its place in the forefront of world tourism, but also in the hearts of people who are curious about culture diversity. In recent years, Malaysia has been on the rise to put its name on the map, quickly catching up with the Asian kingpins of economy and technology. It is also a kaleidoscope of unique cultures and traditions that the locals still strongly hold on to. Malaysia is a country known for its collision of race, religion, and also culture. This is a land of the plenty. Plenty of natural resources and skyscrapers, plenty of hopes and opportunities. This land is also my home, so I think it's about that time that I connect with my peoples.
Yo, mic check, mic check. Yeah, here you go.
The 90s in Malaysia was a time where pop and rock music were the reigning champions of the charts. People loved what they were listening to, but in the midst of all this, a new breed of music and culture made a bold arrival. It was hip-hop. Providing a fresh touch, Malaysians were in for an extreme change of taste in music. The late 90s then saw the rise of the underground. This opened the door for many artists, including Teh Tarik Crew. After years of going off the radar as a group, Teh Tarik Crew finally reunite to tell their story to the world. What do you think of the scene right now, bro?
I think the scene right now is dope. You know, we have gigs like Raising the Bar. You know, we have big road shows by the government and by corporate sponsors, and you know, they're always looking for maybe one or two hip-hop acts to follow. Before that, you had to fight to get it, but now, you know, you're not fighting to get a spot. The spot is already there, so it's dope. It's dope.
Teh Tarik Crew and I go way back, but I'm just gonna let them tell their story.
The first few times that I met Taufik, people were already telling me that he hated my guts because I was going around college like, all hip-hop, like listening, oh, do you have this, do you have that, have you listened to Biggie, P. Diddy and all this? And he'd be like, who is this girl? So that we met. I didn't know that he was a big fan of Bone Thugs and Harmony, and so was I. We started becoming friends. And then that's when like, hey, why don't we start a group? Taufik was the one that actually connected with Ultimate, and that's how we all connected with the Teh Tarik Crew. Both the guys somehow stumbled upon DJ Fuzz. And funnily enough, I knew Fuzz back in the day when he was actually in my taekwondo class. That's when I met him, before his involvement in hip-hop. So yeah, so that was how Teh Tarik Crew was formed.
Different people express their angst, their anger, their frustrations, their passion in various different ways, and I so happen to find hip-hop music the stuff that I could do and express myself because of the different aspects of the music. That's how I got interested in hip-hop music in the first place.
Hip-hop just hit me, I fell in love with it since I was small, and I see the cool factor behind the DJing as opposed to MCing and other elements. I think DJing for me is the best. That's why, until today, I still do what I'm doing right now.
I fell in love with hip-hop because it was the only genre that could say or could talk about whatever they wanted, however they wanted. At the time, it was presented to me that it had a freedom that no other musical genre had. I was listening to a lot of pop songs, they were talking about love and all that, and we had hip-hop, it was talking about love, but it was also talking about all these other things. So that's what I like about it. I can say anything, I can say it any way I want it.
From the time that I was very actively involved to now, there has been a tremendous explosion of growth in the hip-hop scene.
Whatever that we're doing right now is the result of what we learned in the past.
I wouldn't be where I am today without TTC.
It's nice to see that the things we talk about or we dreamt about or we planned for 10 years ago actually happen now. You want to make hip-hop music, I think first of all, always make the stuff that you like. Right? The fact that other people like it or other people buy it is a bonus. When you're out there, you're representing the whole scene. Wherever I go, I'm representing Malaysian hip-hop. So I carry myself not like a token act. So you got to carry yourself like a king.
Named after arguably Malaysia's favorite drink, all 4 members of the Teh Tarik crew are now individually successful. Nevertheless, their strong desire to keep spreading the love for hip-hop makes them family. And I heard they're coming up with a reunion gig soon too. I guess I just gotta wait and see. From the crew that made the talk of the music town, I meet a man who made the walls of KL speak. Noted graph artist Bone. His life in hip-hop began as a dancer for 13 years, but his love for art finally caught up, and he's now part of Asia's famous graffiti crew, Phobia Clique, also known as PHB KLK. Bone tells me about this misunderstood art form.
Pada awalnya memang orang Malaysia memang dia susah nak accept lah benda-benda macam ni kan. Kita sebarkan yang graffiti bukan saja vandalism. There's always 2 sides of things. I'm teaching the positive part. It's an art. Okay, by itself, doing a big one, a big mural piece, it's an art. So if you go out tagging around the city, it's vandalism. Simple as that. We're in it for the art, so it's the passion that drives us. I hope there's the graffiti artists that exist now, step up, prove to the world that Malaysia graffiti artists is up to par with other artists as well.
Bone is an artist who has created hundreds of pieces, but to move society through art is ultimately his biggest masterpiece. Now, he takes me to meet the man who pioneered the scene and founded PHB KLK. Phobia. Phobia was a hungry young artist who started his own graffiti movement in Johor. He tells me about the crew for a bit.
Sekarang ni kita punya crew memang dah kira pada kita orang dah anggap dah take over Asia sebab kita punya style lain daripada yang lain kan.
Nak create a name
memang itu first lah.
To leave a mark
Biasa graffiti artist dia punya start, dia punya hype pun kat situ lah. Dia nak nama dia bersepah, itu lah point dia. Dia nak kat mana dia ada, kat situ dia tagging dia ada. Sebab aku datang daripada Batu Pahat, pergi ke KL, memang zero. Tak ada apa-apa. Pada yang dah write graffiti ni, kalau boleh, jangan terus slow lah. Setengah orang dah jadi artis, dia ingat terus level dia tinggi. Stay true lah kat situ, jangan lupa diri satu.
Keep on painting.
Yep.
Sampai ke tua.
Kalau boleh.
It's people like Phobia, Bone, and the rest of the troopers who will continue the combat for the sake of art and hip-hop. Hooking up with the pioneers of Malaysian hip-hop who are also my friends remind me of the good times in the 90s, back when it was just us. Most people think that this is a culture only for the youth, but the truth is, hip-hop becomes one with you until the end.
What's up? We're the Teh Tarik crew, and you're watching Hip Hop in Asia.
Safety.
Biar orang faham, aku orang Johor. Dia tak biasa duduk belakang di atas motor. Kau hanya hidup sekali, itu prinsip dan moto. YOLO, dia ajakku tengok polo. Oh no, aku tak.
Hey, why don't we just do this whole song?
Kuala Lumpur, or KL as we call it, is the land of the extremes. A modern upscale society living in luxury on one end, and on the other, the urban mass holding on to the social ladder. KL is for those who seek the best of multiple worlds. Over here, you get all 3 worlds of the main races of Malay, Chinese, and Indian with a little extra more. I start off my day by visiting the top dogs of the current Chinese hip-hop scene, Manhan.
Hey friend,
Manhan's unique approach to hip-hop gained attention from fans and critics, earning 4 winnings from a local prestigious award show.
咁咧，其實我哋 Manhan 咧， 因為同我哋自己中意嘅音樂有原因嘅，咁就混合咗我哋大家中意嘅音樂元素喺裏邊。所以你喺 Man Hand 嘅音樂裏邊，你會聽到咧，我哋係有 rock 嘅元素，甚至乎有 reggae， 甚至係 hip hop、R&B， 我哋都喺裏邊，因為我哋嚟自唔同嘅 taste。咁我哋就混合埋一齊嘅話，就係 Man Hand 嘅風格嘅概念啦，個演出概念啦。因為我哋中意嘅音樂好多類型。因為我哋知道音樂係靠感覺。
How's the Cantonese scene right now for hip hop?
Malaysia is just very new. I think don't have yet. It's hard to create, but we try. We try because we love hip hop music. We love music.
We have seen many artists who sings or make Cantonese music. But we still need more. So I think it's going the right direction, but needs some polishing.
開大你個耳仔，聽清楚 ，open your mind。我唔理你係咩音樂類型，只要你係好聽就 OK。我哋一定拜，就一定中意呢一種嘢咁樣。
Man Hand has already started on the global hip-hop connection, producing ill collabos with fellow Asian comrades such as 24 Herbs and Soft Lipper. With more groups like them around, Chinese hip-hop will surely receive the recognition it purely deserves. From the young cool cast of Man Hand, I meet Point Blank. Point Blank first got a taste of fame when legendary group Hoppin broke into mainstream superstardom in the mid-90s. And all this began in his humble hometown of Ipoh at 16 years old.
You could say hip-hop is like my first wife, laying low. The only way you could see me is the voyeurism.
The Chinese community for the past few years has been quite left behind in terms of hip-hop, but recently with the emergence of like dance, breaking and like that part of the culture has improved a lot, and now we're seeing the MC part. Of course, there's like the emergence of Man Hand, which has taken like local Malaysian Chinese hip hop to a certain standard. We have a lot of cats, young talents, actually taking on a more proactive role. These days, they take it into their own hands, come up with their own videos, come up with their own music. Back in my day, it was so hard to have access to information and knowledge is power. So these days, I think the kids and every musician or artist is so lucky because technology is a very, very important thing which people take for granted actually these days. So I think that changed the whole game. Hip-hop just brought me from the small town Ipoh and gave me everything that I ever wanted and lived my dream. In the true essence of hip-hop, hip-hop saved my life.
He said, I write what I see. Right to make it right, don't like what I be. I'd like to make it like
I head out to Brickfields, a bustling little India just outside the city center. For the longest time, Brickfields was infamous for its high crime rates, even in broad daylight. But in recent years, this area's notorious reputation has been slowly fading away. Besides that, I hear that this joint serves the most heavenly banana leaf rice on this side of the globe. And who better to show me around than a local, my homeboy, MC Size.
Which is the best spot? Your favorite lah. Okay, my personal favorite is right here at Scott Road, Brickfields. It's called Visalachi. So we're right now at the dopest spot where we're going to get some dope banana leaf. Boom, let's go. Do it. Do this. Yeah.
Hip-hop, you saved me. One you never heard of. I push it harder for the thought. Grind, I feel like murder, but that's what it is. Hip-hop, you saved my life.
After feasting like a king, MC Size spares a few minutes to tell the story about his town, his hip-hop, and him.
Okay, you first came to prominence, representing Brickfields in a very big way when you dropped that single, Dancing, How has hip-hop helped you grow up, stay focused when it's so easy to, get caught up with the wrong crews or, just get caught up doing negative activities,
I could have been caught up with a lot of dirty stuff, hang with the wrong boys and, stuff, because that's inevitable, man. Like, you got a lot of bad boys in Brickfields, but I still do hang out with them. It's just that
when I'm there, I share, you know, like my talent, I share my music, you know, and then I tell these boys, yo, man, I've got this hip-hop thing going on, you know, it's good. And, you know, we don't have to have that whole negative effect. We can always, like, represent our hood in a good way, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really do, like, gangster rap songs and that, you know, but at the same time, you know, I still stay real. You know, I don't brag about, you know, driving big cars and stuff like that. I still, you know, I'm keeping it real, like, you know, normal boy from the hood.
Hip-hop may be his way of life, but helping out the underprivileged is his life.
Today they'll see the size of it. Abang Jo, Ashish Anes, abang.
Keeping it low, still sitting in stalls, never going for.
MC Size describes the situation at Stepping Stone's Living Center that was founded by his dad.
We got it up and running by end of '99, and that's when we started like getting in the first batch of kids. It's either the mom has abandoned them, or either the dad has abandoned them, but the kids, they've got a bright future.
So what do we do here? We take the children, we provide the basic needs for the children, and they study here as long as they like. The moral teachings of our home is based on faith. Every people must have a faith.
Hip-hop has taught me a lot in life, how to be independent, how to be serious, how to stay focused. It's just like how my dad lives by his set of rules. I abide with my own set of rules, which is basically hip-hop. I think seriously that hip-hop is still alive in Malaysia, and KL City is keeping it locked down with hip-hop, you know what I'm saying?
Doing good without expecting anything in return, that's what you call hip-hop with a cause. A rapper with the realest intentions, I got nothing but pride and honor to call someone like MC Size family. From sizing up in hip-hop, I head out to meet a bunch of delirious boys, the Tamil scene's finest psycho unit.
Yo, these guys running it, the Tamil rap scene in Malaysia right now.
With a name like that, these cats are truly the latest craze in Tamil hip-hop. A scene that started out as a movement involving the minority. Rabbit Mac tells me of his current situation.
I think Indian hip-hop is like the biggest. I don't know, I mean, a lot of like my Malay friends, Chinese rappers and so on, they always tell, man, I gotta do a Tamil song with y'all, you know what I'm saying? So it's like our Tamil scene is like really huge. It's like we have active fans and, you know, very supportive fans. It's the time.
That's what's up.
Indian people, it's like they're giving the fullest support on our Tamil hip-hop, and it's like growing really, really fast, man. It's like
yeah, the way I look at it, it was like too fat back in the day, but just for the Tamil scene, like that's why you guys are going through this kind of like phenomenal success.
In 10 years, Malaysian Tamil hip-hop is gonna go global. Trust me. You better check this out. Psychedelic rap music is like based on Malaysian, Indian. We still represent Malaysia because our raps is like filled with Malay words, even Chinese sometimes. It's like the most unique thing in the whole world.
With its insane tongue-twisting rhymes, Tamil hip-hop provides another factor that distinguishes the Malaysian scene from the others. Everyone knows that Malaysia is famous for its melting pot of cultures. And I've always taken huge pride in how we are identified by the language we speak and the customs we practice. But after hearing the story so far, I'm changing my mind. I don't want to boast about how different we are, but instead, I want to tell the world how we can be as one.
Only one. Say that again?
Say again, one more time.
Hip-hop in Asia.
Say nice, hip-hop in Asia.
Did you know that there are over 60 ethnic groups that make up the population of Malaysia? If you don't know, now you know.
From the streets that were once invaded by foreigners to the current modern highways that are invaded by fancy vehicles. Plus the incessant traffic, the rushing pedestrians, the continual trains. I can't help but wonder, has anyone stopped to look at how far this city has come? I continue my quest by hooking up with an MC who's been doing his part and ensuring growth of the local hip-hop circle. This is Jin Hackman.
How did you fall in love with hip-hop? How did you start getting into, the music?
I think it was the point when I came across this Malaysian hip-hop compilation CD. It was called Malaysian Fusion X2. And at the back of the CD, there was a website, it was thebasement.com. And so I checked it out. It was actually a Malaysian hip-hop forum. And that was where a lot of other cats came from as well. That's how we all started. So at first it was just key styling. Key styling is basically just like rapping in text form. So you're just like typing like all these keyboard gangsters. And after a while, we kind of got into recording our own songs. But we started out recording using those like stick mics, those like 10 ringgit stick mics, and using like a downloaded free software. And that was the point when I started taking like hip hop like seriously.
At the moment, what is your most favorite thing about Malaysian hip hop?
I think to me the diversity itself, like even when it comes to like language. So the challenge is to bring everyone together, and that is what Raising the Bar has been trying to do. Raising the Bar is basically a platform for up and coming cats and also like veteran like rappers to come in and like showcase their talent, material. There was a serious lack of like hip-hop gigs anyway, so a lot of people wanted more, and so we decided to like keep it going until now. Like everyone just shows up for hip-hop, doesn't matter who's performing.
I also got the chance to meet the others who are involved in Raising the Bar.
Initially it was pretty tough for all of us because we were trying to get everybody together, but
2 years in, and the crowd has grown into like what it is right now. It's like a force to be reckoned with.
And when I go back and speak to my boys, you guys must come and check out Raising the Bar where Jin Hackman is doing this big thing. It's a big thing.
Hopefully in the next few years we can reach out to other countries in Asia so that we can keep doing bigger things.
A lot of people call Raising the Bar like a family reunion because every month they come together like to meet like people they haven't seen in ages,
And it's also a great stepping stone for younger cats, True to its name, Raising the Bar has been raising the bar for Malaysian hip hop.
Jin and the Raising the Bar crew are repeating history with their own style. With more events like Raising the Bar, there's no doubt this small division of next generation cats will grow into an army of solid, fresh hip-hop talents.
Satu kali untuk mata yang memerhati, dua kali untuk mereka tak puas hati, tiga kali mereka tidak buat apa, empat kali aku masih berdiri saja. Satu kali untuk budak-budak bawa blok, dua kali untuk budak-budak bawa blok, tiga kali mereka masih run from the cops, empat kali mereka masih don't give up.
Speaking of solid sounds, I gotta visit my homeboy who is a pro at making them, DJ Goldfish. DJ Goldfish is a renowned master of the decks, having to produce for local and international acts. But of course, every Jedi Master begins his journey as a Padawan.
I was just up for it, for anything, I would be at home when I get up, I practice 6 hours a day, like I put in the work in turntablism. And it was so exciting for me, like all I wanted to do was just scratch and beat juggle. And then I guess transitioning to an artist, I think while producing, and that's where I thought like, okay, now we can make some money out of this, and this is how it will work.
There were so little people doing hip-hop in KL that you just recognize each other like just for doing hip-hop.
Yeah, like before it was just fun and games, and all we wanted to do is make music for people to hear. And now we plan things out and we have goals to achieve, and we're really thankful that like everybody supported us all the way. As time comes, the scene will eventually evolve. Technology, I think, doesn't really affect the art of DJing right now because like end of the day, DJing is all about the interactivity between us, the DJs, and the crowd, and the energy, the vibe, and that's how we create something out of nothing.
What are your hopes for Malaysian hip-hop and dancing?
I hope everybody would be in our shoes like way before, like just doing it for the love. And I guess when you put a lot of love into something, it grows. Hip-hop is a lifestyle, it's in you. I cannot explain this. If you're hip-hop, you will know it.
Dance music may be his weapon of choice now, but DJ Goldfish has never forgotten his roots in hip-hop. No matter what, he will always be part of the Malaysian hip-hop family. And another member of our extended family is Gila Battle Crew, or GBC. GBC and Too Fat go way back in the 2000s when they toured with us as dancers. I get into details with their dauntless leader, who was also the first generation of GBC, and of course, my good friend Zero.
Sebenarnya kalau nak tahu scene dulu dengan sekarang, sebenarnya dulu lagi best. Walaupun macam masyarakat masa tu tak berapa nak pandang kita orang macam budak-budak jalanan biasa, tapi kita orang rasa happy gila masa tu. Kita orang tak nak support macam money support. Actually we don't need. We need a moral support. Hip hop ni satu budaya yang sebenarnya sihat. Kita memang ambil daripada barat tapi kita buat cara Malaysia. Kalau kita tak master knowledge dekat negara kita, kenapa kita nak belajar knowledge daripada luar? I'm a Muslim, but my culture is hip hop. Kita tak tengok skin color, kita tak tengok blood, kita tak tengok agama, but kita unite. It's not all about yourself, it's about your community.
With a friendship of 10 years, Zero and I have grown in our own ways. We saw the evolution of the industry and shared some of the ups and downs together. But it's time for a new chapter, and I know the current boys of Gila Battle Crew will continue to carry the good name of breakdancing and hip-hop. KL, you and I are not done yet. I just need a quick change of the scene. I'm making my way to the east, specifically Sarawak, where even the air is different.
Getting up, come on, we're getting up, we're getting up. Yeah, I said that we can where you going,
I feel lucky to be here, especially to be surrounded by this land's untouched natural beauty. But I won't get distracted too easily. I came here with an open mind and a mission in hand. My mission is to explore and experience a one-of-a-kind interpretation of hip-hop. And my homegirl Arabird tells me I better hold on to my boat, because it's gonna be one unforgettable ride.
Man, this thing that we had was much more. Come back home, don't be out in the world. It's a bad race and no place for a girl. Amongst the scavengers, I found a pretty pearl. It's for the faint of heart who never get enough. Gotta get tough, buckle them up. We call them guts and we...
Did you know that Sarawak is the largest state in Malaysia, but it has the least population? If you don't know, now you know.
I made my way over to the east side of Malaysia, Sarawak. Also known as the land of the Hornbills, Sarawak is one state where most of its natural beauty managed to dodge the grim realities of modern capitalism. Its unique beauty lies within the blend of tribal tradition and unconfined nature. And I'm here to get inspired by those elements. A true blue Borneo bred, Arabird is an upcoming female MC whose music is inspired by the traditional sounds originated from her ancestors. Today, she takes me deep into the lush forests of Borneo to experience the incredible ways of the natives.
Budak Subang Jaya memang ada gaya macam hari-hari raya. Cuma nak pergi 50, so fresh, so clean. Memang nampak bowling walaupun tengah miskin. Mestilah nak pimping, nak tekel awet ampang. Pakai topi KL lagi senang diorang pandang. Tidak naik collar, tak pakai beg sandang. Dia pakai seluar jean, gua pakai seluar mambang. Yeah. Thank you, bang.
After a quick tour of the village, I'm even more eager to find out about this unique tradition. So I sit down with Arabird as she goes more in depth with her story.
You represent Sarawak to the fullest in KL. What is it about Sarawak that you love the most?
Well, I think the fact that kids here, or even me, are still thirsty. and we really want it bad, you know what I mean? And I think my mission in music as well, being a Sarawakian, really is to share what I see, what I learn, and hoping to get that back from people around me here. Borneo, the whole of Sarawak, is filled with like, you know, undiscovered places, and same goes with the talents, undiscovered talents with untold stories. That's the thing about the Sarawakian diction though, because like the words that we use is all sounds, like closing a door is like katuk. So it sounds, you know, and that's why, yeah. So that's why writing in Sarawak is fun. Udah habis raun orang, oi. Kuang kui pandai jua leju, oi. Dah si sempatnya berang oleh kau ngenjen. Dah si sempatnya berang oleh kau ngenjen. Stede orang berekod kau agi merangkak, pelentek kepak ngepeng madah kelak kau ngagak. I believe there's a distinct sound from Sarawak, which is tribal, which is undiscovered, you know, and I want to put that out to the mainstream. Because if I can understand that sound, why can't everyone else? India, China, they have their own sound. But as for this part of the world, I know there's a distinct sound, so it's just that fight to push it out, you know? I believe in it so much.
I think there's always been a scene out here. You got groups like MIX back in the day. You know, Sarawak has always shown like us love every time, you know, we do hip-hop gigs out here.
It's alive and kicking, man.
Bird is clearly fired up with passion, and trust me, when she's performing, she knows how to blaze that stage up. But you wouldn't believe what she's about to say. I'm
the shyest person ever. I'm really, really shy, but when it comes to Bird, you know, it's like my breakaway. It's like my escape, really, music. I think the different elements of hip-hop is my different vehicles to actually portray my messages. I can dance, you know. I can draw. I can DJ, you know. And I'm sure as well can rap. So that's what it is.
With both her parents in the music industry, it's no surprise music is in her blood too. Much gratitude to my homegirl for taking me here.
So what you got to say?
I end my journey here with a deeper knowledge towards their culture and a bigger respect for their people. This whole trip has been an amazingly eye-opening experience. But I gotta get back home. I can already hear KL calling my name.
Let me hear you say, oh yeah.
Like the sirens of the sea, the city of KL has the ability to pull you in with its hypnotic sights and sounds. You just can't escape the grasp of this remarkable metropolis. Just ask Vandal.
My inspirations for behind hip-hop in Asia is you, because you're the first true Asian hip-hop traveler. You know, could you tell the audience like where you've been, like the places that kind of like open up your eyes and the experiences?
I met these Mongolian guys in Singapore at Singapore Street Festival, right? And he was telling me about Mongolian hip-hop. I was just like, wow, hip-hop is everywhere. I mean, if it's there, it's got to be everywhere. Hip-hop is a journey of the soul, you know, and I think that each person has something to bring to the table.
Vandal also tells me about tonight's event, the Beat Me.
Well, tonight we got TYGS, which is Think You Got Skills, and we have the Beat edition of Think You Got Skills. Tonight is something that I'm really excited about because I really love the production of the hip-hop producers in Malaysia. Malaysia has a lot to give in terms of hip-hop. You can have a Malay rapper, you can have a Tamil rapper, you can have a Cantonese or Hokkien rapper, and they could even be all on the same track because hip-hop gave a voice to the voiceless. So hip-hop in Malaysia will also allow the voiceless to have a voice. Hip-hop is alive, definitely. You guys are doing your thing. Everyone's doing their thing. We're keeping it alive, man.
If Vandal, who's been here for only 10 years, has so much belief in our hip-hop scene, us Malaysians should do the same too. Big ups to this man for his determination of constantly finding new ways to encourage, to inspire, and to keep the scene as tight as possible.
B.I.G. Oh God. Whoa. Okay, ain't nobody fucking with my click. Click, 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 click. Ain't nobody fresher than my mom. Click, 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 click. As I look around, they don't do it like my click. Click, 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 click. And all these bad men, they want the.
My homeland's hip-hop quest brings me to a mandatory hookup with my boy, Sona One.
Do whatever I say, my block behind me like I'm coming out the driveway.
Sona brings a triple threat to the table. He grafts, he spits, and he makes beats. Oh, and one more thing, he can show you around town too.
2 years ago, I used to be a full-on tour guide, bringing around French tourists around KL and telling them about my city.
How do you get into hip-hop, man? A lot of them out there, they don't know this story.
I used to do graffiti. I mean, I still am a graffiti artist, but that's how I got into hip-hop, you know, like all this on the wall, I used to do the same thing.
A lot of people be like, hey, boleh tak? Mamat ni boleh cakap Melayu tak?
Boleh.
Cakap lah sikit dengan dong.
Sikit. I was brought up with both a Malaysian upbringing, Malaysian culture, and a European westernized way of thinking. This is my home, this is where I was born, this is where I was made, so, you know, I can't take the Malaysian out of my music.
Get on like pronto, rose spilling on the console.
I've never liked to limit myself to one thing, whether it's just rapping or making beats or singing or doing graffiti, designing, etc. You know, I've always tried to like push the envelope. I would definitely like to see some more talent, and not just talent, but also the quality of the talent as well. My generation of rappers and musicians in Malaysia have kind of a big responsibility because we are looked at the future of Malaysian hip-hop. And ultimately what I would want is for the world to come to Malaysia for hip-hop.
Tinted windows on the same car, I be under the radar. None of y'all can see me like the opposite of Ray Charles. I be on my Stevie eyes, chill behind the shades. Couple bad chicas with me as I chill behind the stage.
You should just give up, cause baby K is always first. Your freaking skill so backwards like your car and you just hit reverse. Sexy Red can't make you look gangster, but you look like Fred Durst. Girl, you should forget it because you know you already cursed.
I grew up in the system being part of the quota. Racism is alive when you're in a popular color. The G-Shock say, watch what you're talking, boy. But I can help it, I'm a Tamil mixed with Hokkien boy.
Si anak-anak muda yang berlagak dewasa dan orang tua yang masih belum puas berpesta, remaja perasan, gaya konon bagus, tapi harapkan mak bapak banking elang beratus.
I got a feeling Sona might just lead the next generation of hip-hop to the top of the world.
Angin bertiup kemana itu Tuhan merancang. Kita cuma insan yang punya harapan dan punya azam. Ada yang punya azab. Dunia hidup siksa tapi tidak meragam. Juga ramai antara kita yang hidup senang tapi tidak senang lihat orang lain tenang. Duit korupsi mudah.
Everyone has the right to be great, but it's a matter of how hard you're willing to go.
Kini sudah mula mendalam, tapi dalam kerja ini aku banyak.
Malaysian hip-hop may not be as established as other genres, but it has definitely attained a level of greatness, especially with all the raw ingredients prepared. This country has a recipe for success not many nations have, which is a unique blend of colors and cultures.
That's still temen JKT gue bilang gokil, gokil. KL, take that. Ambil, tapi bukan semua yang diberita itu real. So chill. Mengapa harus ada kawalan?
Hip-hop is not a one-dimensional culture. It is a maze of incredible possibilities, but you just gotta know how to find your way there.
Bersatu, perlukah tiap benua menjadi satu? Sekarang Afrika selepas EU, mata wang negara-negara semua digabung. Bawah piramid Dajjal semuanya berbumbung. Apa yang sedang berlaku di angkasa lepas? Itu pementasan terakhir di masa dekat. Bilakah mesayah palsu akan dinobat? Bila kanser dan AIDS akan bisa diobat? Banyak lagi soalan kita yang perlu jawapan. Sampai bila nyawa tak bersalah dipertaruhkan? Perperangan jadi permainan tokoh korporat, menyorok di belakang kasut dan sud berkilat. If you know what I'm spitting is right, you be saying that's ill. teman JKT gue bilang gokil, gokil. KL, KL, take that, ambil, ambil. Tapi bukan semua yang